In this video, we're going to be talking about Marte Mapu. I think that's how you say it. I don't know how to say his name that good. I'm going to obviously get used to it over time. He went to Sacramento State, and he was our third round pick. We picked him with a 13th pick in the third round. He's a pretty interesting player, whereas our first two picks, both Christian Gonzalez and Keon White, were both pretty straight to the point players. You had, Christian Gonzalez at corner, Keon White at defensive line or edge. Marte Mapu can play linebacker or safety, and he's a bit of a hybrid in between. Now, let's say 15 years ago, he would have been a big-time safety in the league. No debate, no chance he would have been a linebacker 15 or 20 years ago. He would have been a big-time, strong safety, 6'3", 217 pounds. He has the build of a Sean Taylor or one of those similar larger safeties in the league. And he would have been a really, really good, strong safety. The league has changed. You need speed at linebacker. You don't need size because tackling doesn't exist anymore, or hard tackling at least, so you just need to bring him down. That's why this type of a player is perfect at linebacker. Now, I'm a big fan of defensive backs, and I wish I could tell you that this was some sort of crazy good safety that we were going to have on our team, although we're not really in huge need of safety. But word has already come out that in OTAs, Marte Mapu is playing at pretty much exclusively linebacker. So it does appear like, though he can play safety, linebacker, and anything in between for the team, he is going to be used more as a linebacker, it appears at this point. Now, it is important to know that he did have a pec tear last season, and he actually did not participate in any combine workouts or pretty much in any OTAs. He is there. He is doing certain things, but he is wearing a red jersey, which means no contact. So he is pretty much not playing to fully yet in practice. Another interesting thing is, again, we drafted him in the third round with pick 13. He was estimated and projected to go in rounds 5 or 6. So a typical Bill Belichick reach here on Marte Mapu. I've said it like 8 different ways so far in the video if you haven't picked up on that. So I'm just hoping that I say his name once throughout this video correctly, maybe if I'm lucky. I do like his size. I do like the hybrid. I do like everything in between. And maybe he'll end up being the best player in the draft. But honestly, I'm not a huge fan of this pick. And I have to think we could have picked him up in the 4th or 5th round. Although they had to have known something that we don't. So we'll have to see how he develops. But I'm not particularly a massive fan of him. I'm not a fan of the pick either. It's mostly just I wonder if there was a better option here with pick 13 in the third round. But hey, if he ends up being a good player, then it's all worth it, right? So we've seen a lot of these picks in the past. Cole Strange, who strangely worked out, no pun intended. We've seen some other picks as well that seemed like reaches that worked really well. And we've seen some that didn't. I mean, N'Keal Harry, after all, was one of the worst picks I've ever seen in my life. And it was a reach, and it kind of ended up not good. But there have been some situations where the reaches have looked like genius moves. So this one can go either way. I'm going to be curious to see Marte Mapu. I think that Christian Gonzalez and Keon White are going to go down as the 2 best picks in the draft. Rounds 1 and rounds 2. Kind of makes sense. We're already getting word that Christian Gonzalez is playing with the starters and playing really, really well with the starters. So it's looking pretty clear he's going to be a good, solid starter for us. And then also, I am getting word that Keon White is now also in OTAs practicing with the starters. So, I mean, if we can get 2 solid starters out of the draft, I mean, day 1, that is a really, really good start to the draft. And Keon White was estimated to go in the first round. We got him in the second with the 15th pick in the second round. So we got him at a good position. He has that kind of first round starter capability, and we've seen that out of him. No word from Marte Mapu yet, so we'll have to wait and see there. There will obviously be more news coming out soon, and I'll talk about all of that if anything does change or develop. But for now, that's all I have on Marte Mapu. Be sure to subscribe. We're going to go over all of these players that were drafted by the Patriots. We're going to continue to make videos through the season, the off season, and so on and so forth. Throughout all of it, we'll be here, so be sure to subscribe. You can even hit the bell icon for notifications when we upload. Also, like the video if you enjoyed it. Leave comments down below with your thoughts, and I'll see you guys in the next one.